Hi, welcome back. So today we're going to be taking a look at something a little different, something that actually turns out to be extremely rare. This is a Geo Fox One 16 meg, and it's a PDA, and it's in shocking condition. The battery compartment's missing there, the flat's missing. It is on that side, but it's really badly engineered and naff. All the plastics are just ruined. The back hinge has popped off. There should be a bracket so it doesn't actually hold when you open it up. This essentially is a clone of the he says, I'm trying to get it open, hang on. Right, essentially a clone of the Psion organizer. So it's running the EPOC operating system, and it's backlit. It's got a touchpad. It's difficult, I can't really lift it up because it's too fragile. But yeah, so you've got the apps for mail, for web browsing, agenda, all that kind of stuff, and files. A keyboard, I wouldn't say it was great, but it works. And a touchpad, which is very unusual. So this is not a touchscreen, but it's a touchpad. So you've got a little icon you can move around. Obviously the calculator pad. There is space. Be very careful how I do that because the ribbon cable is a bit sensitive. There is a PC card slot there with an eject button. And you can use that for storage. There's a connection on this side for expansion and an infrared port for serial communication. Underneath there is the backup battery, missing its screw. About this, basically no screws. So there's a couple of screws. Well, one screw I can see there. The rest has disappeared. I had this years and years ago, and I didn't give it much attention or much love. It ended up in the bottom of a box and forgotten about. And I came across it the other day and thought, this is actually really nice. I like it a lot. The keyboard, I mean, it's very, very light. Even with the batteries, it was very light. The keyboard is actually not bad. And when it was working, it was a nice bit of kit. You know, it's EPOC, so you've got a load of built-in apps like the Psion, but with a reasonable backlight screen. So it's missing one of the battery compartment clips. I don't know where that's disappeared to. This appeared in the box as well, so this is the back bit, but it is missing the spring. One of the tags on the screen is actually broken, which is a shame. So there's no mechanism, even if the hinge mechanism was there. There's nothing to adapt it and connect it to. So in the future, I'm going to look to one of my friends for help. That is a 3D printing wizard, so maybe we can do something. Turns out this machine here there was only about 1,000 of them made, so it is very, very rare, and I don't want to just chuck it out. Right, so let's get on with it and see if it works. Let me show you what my recent purchase. Okay, so I've got a couple of current limited power supplies, so you can limit the voltage and limit the current, and this has been something that's been recommended a number of times on the channel to avoid too much magic smoke. So I got a pair of them, so I can run multiple voltages, so that's going to be really good. This thing is all right, as you know, if you're testing motors or fans or whatever, but it's a fixed current. These have fine controls and whatever. Anyway, so I've set this one to 9 volts or thereabouts. It's slightly less, but you can dick around with that a little bit. There you go, 9 volts. Connector with the center of that is actually negative. And if I close that and show you, so there's the power socket, and it tells you the polarity on there, which is very nice. And that plugs in okay, that's good. So let me move the camera. So I've done some brief testing, but not a great deal. So this is, I think, only the 3rd or 4th time I've actually tried it. But so if we push the power button, get a big beep. It's currently running 100 milliamps, and Geo Fox One comes up, which is really cool. Geo Fox One, copyright Geo Fox Limited, 1990. Was that 1997? An EPOC32 platform, copyrighted Psion, 1987, which is 1997. So that just sits there, and then you I think it's just in the boot up phase. There we go. It can take a little while. Now down here is the infrared beam button, but that one there is the backlight button. So you can just about see the change there. If I turn the lights off and I do that, and that's it off, and actually the contrast is alright in light, but when I do that, you can see it comes on. You can hear the slight buzz, but you can also see, hopefully, you can see the cursor. So you can start messing about with that and opening things up. So there's Word, and that seems to work. The keyboard seems to work. The cursor seems to work. It seems to be fully functional, which is kind of remarkable given the state it's in. However, the issue is, what do I do with it now? I really love it. I really love it. I used to have a Psion 3, which is great, but I didn't really do much with it, so I got rid of it in the end. And I kind of regret that, because I just like the immediacy of EPOC. It just works. You click on stuff, it's all resonant stuff. It just works. You know, you want to go to the browser, you click the browser. Web browser not in ROM. Okay, yeah, there's some options missing. I think you need to have stuff in the expansion card, but the web processor, the database, spreadsheets, that all works. You got it's not a touchscreen, so you got various things in the control panel. You've also got, if I go to a new file and I click on program, agenda, chess, comms, data, so you can create programs in a particular location and you can tag it with a different type. So there's nothing there, but there is, I believe, go into extras, you've got spell, programming, the communications program, recording, sketch, bombs, chess, and en route. So it actually had the en route map route planner built in, which is really quite cool. So we go to chess. It is difficult to see on the screen, but yeah, it's there and it works. It's really quite cool. If I just briefly sort of move that up, you might be able to get a better look at it. In fact, maybe I should have chopped this up a little bit somehow. Okay, that's better. So you see that there's chess. The thing I really do like though, is if you go to extras again and you go to program, you have the programming environment here where you can create your own programming code, and that has GUI and all sorts of stuff. It's really amazing. You know, for a quick, easy to use programming environment, it's actually quite powerful. It's remarkably powerful, especially with all the file handling and you know, integration to data ports and stuff like that. It works really well. So yeah, it's good. I really like it. The issue is, what the hell do I do with it? I think I need to give it a go and see if I can somehow resurrect it from the dead, because obviously like that you can see that it's all completely knackered. Let me put the light back on. It's completely knackered, and I need to, even with this bit, I need to figure out how I'm going to stabilize it and make a hinge. And now I've got to worry about the battery. So how does the battery work, you know? It's impossible to get parts. This thing is rare as hen's teeth. So you can see here that cover went on there, and then there was some kind of mechanism. I think it was metal mechanism, which is linked by these tabs, but only one of them exists. The other one's snapped off. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to resurrect it, but hopefully my 3D Whiz friend will have some ideas on how to make it work. The other problem, of course, is the battery. That's missing the whole tab, and it was never that good. So if we look here, there is a piece of metal there that it links to. So as you close it, you make the connection, but that's missing on here. I mean, it's missing the door, but it's also missing the metal tab. So, but I know I can power it from from this. So perhaps there's ways and means that I can make it better. I don't know. It's a challenge, but I don't want to give up on it. I want to see if I can do something with it and make it live again in some form. One of the problems I see, or disadvantages of this mechanism here, is that the keyboard has everything on it. So, you know, if I decided to demount this, the screen, and put it in a different case or whatever, you know, if that's even possible, then the issue is that most of the machine is this keyboard. So, you know, what are you going to do? Detachable keyboard with this, and then put the board and that, but then you've got the touchscreen. It's so integrated that yeah, I would welcome suggestions. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it, but hopefully my friend will have some ideas about how we can resurrect it. Cool. It's a great machine. I love it, and it's so rare that I can't just throw it away. It needs another life, and you can see how unused it is. It's just, the keyboard is perfect. The touchpad is absolutely perfect. Mechanically, it's all great, apart from this bit, because that's just, well, it was quite cheaply made by the look of it. It's not like the Psion, which is pretty robust. This hinge mechanism is naff. Anyway, that's enough for now. I'll see you next time.